Welcome back to the Teacher Biz podcast. Today on the show, I'm going to guide you through the initial startup investments of starting your own teacher biz. I will break down for you what starting your own teacher biz will cost you and which investments are worth your dollars and which ones just are not worth the cost when you're just getting started in your business. This is something that's been coming up a lot for us in the Teacher Biz community. People are wondering what tech to go with, what costs they should invest in right now, and which ones they shouldn't be. And I'm just excited to pass along this guidance to you today because I know it's one of the things that will help you decide if a teacher biz is right for you right now or not. All right, so before we dive into all of the startup investments that you'll want to make in your business, I want to tell you that you don't need to be scribbling like crazy in your little cute notebook that I know my teacher listeners have over there on your side of the earbuds. Instead, I have a guide that I made for you. It's a Teacher Biz startup investment guide, and it will guide you through what starting your business will actually cost you with my recommendations, along with the most affordable recommendations that you could use. So you can grab that now at teacherbiz.com/cost, and it will help guide you through all of the suggestions that I'm going to make to you today. All right, so I know it can be scary that you will invest your own dollars into technology for a business that isn't making any money yet. So I get that. I have been there. I started my business when my family did not have any spare dollars coming in, and I was home with my son, and I couldn't afford to make big investments into my business either. So I 100% understand that concern. But I want you to remember that if you were starting a business, a physical business, a brick and mortar down the street store where you were going to sell the products that you created, it would cost you so much money. You would have to pay rent and utilities. There would be so many costs to running a business like that. And it would be so hard to actually make that type of business profitable, especially these days when there are so many online alternatives. Instead, with that frame, if we think about starting our online teacher biz, it's actually so much more affordable. You can run an online business very lean with minimal costs, and there is high potential for profit. So, profit margins for online businesses are actually quite high comparatively. And I want you to keep that in mind when you're thinking about starting your business and what it's going to cost you. Because while it does cost something, and I get that that is kind of that tug feeling for you if you are going to invest something. But while it does cost something, it doesn't cost near as much as it would to open an actual physical store, and the potential for profit is high. So as long as you are committed to making this business successful and doing the work that you need to do to make it profitable, hopefully with someone like me in your corner guiding you along the way, then I think it's a good investment to invest the little bit that I'm going to tell you about today into your business to get it started. All right. So with all that out of the way, let me tell you that there's two ways you can do this. You can do it the best way. I will give you my best recommendations for you today so that you can do it the best way. And these recommendations cost more, but they are the best for conversions in the long run, in my experience. There's lots of other technologies that you could use, of course. I'm going to guide you through what I use, what I've tested, what converts the best for me. And that's what I will always recommend to you. And then the other choice is to do things the scrappy way. You can start with the most affordable technology, and I will absolutely break that down for you here too. And you can just start scrappy, start where you are, make very, very minimal investments. I will explain to you in a minute here how you can get started for almost nothing, almost nothing. And then once profit starts coming into your business, it'll be a little bit slower. It'll be a little bit harder with that path. But over time, I do believe that you will make enough profit into your business that you can then reinvest into the best choices and the better technology so that you can convert higher and make more sales and actually be profitable in the long run. So it's okay to take that path too. If that's where you are and that's what you can afford, that is absolutely better than not starting your business because you're afraid of the cost. All right. So the best way that you can do things, let's start there. I am all about on this Teacher Biz podcast and everything that I teach in Teacher Biz. I'm all about selling your own products on your own website. You've heard me say that time and again. You can go back and listen to episode 4 if you want me to break down for you why you should sell your products on your own website and not one of those third-party platforms. But when I say your own website, I don't actually mean your whole fully built out WordPress website. I don't think you need that yet when you're first starting out. When I first started Kindergarten Ready, I did it without a website and I waited until it was profitable to actually go back and build that website. And instead, what I mean by selling your products on your own website is that you will sell them on a sales page. Your sales page, just a single sales page if you're just getting started and you have one product to sell, that single sales page can be your website that you sell your products through. For your sales page, for all of your landing pages, I recommend that you use lead pages. I love lead pages. I love them. They are just easy to use once you take an hour or two to learn how to use them. You can customize everything. In my opinion, they look a lot better than a lot of the other landing pages out there. So there's that. But I love lead pages. So that is what I recommend to you to build this website, this sales page that you will sell your products through. Now, lead pages will be the biggest expense in your business when you're just getting started, if you do choose to go that route. So there's a few different plans with lead pages. I recommend to you to start with their standard plan. Standard, that's all you need for now. And you can always upgrade later if you want to, but their standard plan is $49 a month or $444 a year at the time that I'm recording this. Of course, all of these businesses are not my business and they might increase their pricing later, but $444 a year for lead pages. I understand. I understand that that's a lot of money. I get it. But bear in mind, this is the page that you will put out into the world. It's like your shop front. It's like your store. This is the page that you will make to convince people, your future potential customers, to purchase your product. And so it's actually a thing that really does matter. And I recommend that you do make that investment and you could do $49 a month or $444 a year for lead pages. Okay, so in addition to lead pages, you would also need some kind of checkout software because once they click that buy button on your sales page, the big button that says buy this now, and they click that, it will redirect them to a checkout page. So you need a checkout provider. The best checkout provider that I recommend is Thrivecart. And Thrivecart's kind of different than all of the other payments, all of the other investments that you will make in your business, because Thrivecart is a one-time payment. So you pay once and you get to use it for the lifetime of their business. I've been using Thrivecart since 2020. So I paid for it once in November of 2020, I think it was. And I've been using it ever since without ever paying again. So if you think about it like that, if you think about that you're going to pay for it once and then use it for the lifetime of your business, then the cost per month that you would pay anywhere else, Thrivecart's actually the cheapest. Because if I break down the cost of Thrivecart initially over all of the months that I've used it so far, I've paid about $16 per month for Thrivecart, which is ridiculously low for all that it brings you. Thrivecart is a checkout platform with customizable, highly converting checkouts. It also integrates, which means it connects to email service providers that I'm going to talk about soon. And so that makes life easier when it comes to delivering your products. And Thrivecart also includes a course platform. If you've purchased any of my courses for Teacher Biz, this is what I use for my Teacher Biz course platform. And it looks really professional. It looks nice. And it just comes with the checkout provider. So Thrivecart is a pricey upfront payment. It's $495 for lifetime. That's the only cost that you'll have to pay for it. And I think it's absolutely worth it. teacherbiz.com/Thrivecart is where you can go to sign up for that one. And I just love Thrivecart. The other thing that I love about them is that they have a lot of good data reporting. So you can see charts and graphs and compare your sales numbers once you have those sales coming in. So Thrivecart is a great checkout platform to use. You would just embed your checkout, which means that you drop the little link for it, into your sales page that you create with lead pages, and that's all. And then your checkouts will be all set. So that is the best option for checkout, Thrivecart. Now, the other thing that you'll need when you're just starting out, beyond the pages and checkouts that you're going to create for your products, is a really great email service provider. Now, I think you might know this already, but I love and recommend ConvertKit for email service providers. I'm kind of obsessed with them. I've tried so many other email service providers over the years, and ConvertKit really is the best for so many reasons. I've already talked about this on the show. Episodes 16 and 17 are all about growing your email list and getting started with email. And I talk about ConvertKit there, but they really are the best. They're creator focused. They make everything easier. And while they might be more expensive in the long run, because as your list grows, the cost will grow, as it does with most ESPs, but theirs does grow. And I'll tell you, ConvertKit is the biggest expense technology-wise in my business right now, because I have a really big list on the kindergarten ready side. But it's worth it. And they save you money where they can. For example, they let you use their physical address in the footer of your emails, which there's a law that you have to have a physical address there, so that you don't have to actually go buy a PO box to put there. Assuming that most of us do not want to put our family's home address at the bottom of our emails. I don't think so. And so they let you use their address. It's just the most considerate, like actually helpful thing that I think they could do for us. And I really appreciate that about them. And then also, they let you upload your files to input with a link inside of your emails using their AWS, so that you don't have to use another document hosting, link providing platform like Dropbox. So, and there's a lot of nice little things like that about ConvertKit. They have countdown timers that you can put in your emails. I just think they're the best. I love them. I will always recommend them. And when it comes to investments, ConvertKit costs $15 a month for the creator plan, or $108 a year. As of right now, those are their prices. And they also have a free plan. So I think if you're not wanting to pay that $15 a month for the creator plan, or $108 a year, then your next best bet is to take the free plan. And you can find out more about ConvertKit at teacherbiz.com/ConvertKit. So in addition to all of those other things, lead pages for your landing page, Thrivecart for your checkout, and ConvertKit for your email service provider, one other thing that you will want is a domain. That is your business name and your business name as a URL.com. So teacherbiz.com, kindergartenreadyskills.com, kindergartenready.com. Those are my domains. And so you will want something like that too. I like Hover HOVER.com, or you could do something like GoDaddy. And a good domain, one that you will want to choose, should cost you $20 per year, approximately. Maybe it's 21, maybe they're having a sale and it's 18, but somewhere around $20 a year. If it comes back at $2,000 a year, you don't want that one because someone is holding on to it and price gouging. So skip over that, choose a different domain. I'll tell this story another time, but I wanted kindergartenready.com at first and it wasn't available. And so I went with kindergartenreadyskills.com. I threw another word on there and it was perfectly fine. So you can do the same thing. So you'll want to grab a domain that's going to cost you about $20 per year. And then one other thing that you might want, it's not necessary, but you might want, is a customer service inbox provider like Google Workspace, so that you can connect it to your domain and to ConvertKit. And then when people reply to your emails, either your product delivery emails or emails that you're sending out to your list, then you can reply back from this official email that will give you an email like hello@teacherbiz.com, which is my Google Workspace customer service email for this side of my business. So that costs $6 a month for one user, and you only need one user when you're just starting out. All right. So if I break down all of those best expenses, you'll have your one-time lifetime payment of ThriveCart for $495. And then the entire rest of your other costs will, for lead pages, ConvertKit, and Google Workspace, and your $20 per year for your domain, all of those other expenses combined will cost you $644 a year. So I get that that's not nothing. I know that's not nothing. It costs you something. It's not free, and it's kind of a little bit of a scary feeling to invest that in your business when you're just starting out. But for $644 a year, you can run an entire business. Those are all of the things that you need to run your business. And once you start making sales and do the work to build your teacher biz, especially if you have someone to guide you in your corner, like me, I volunteer for the job. If you have me in your corner or someone in your corner to guide you along the way, then my hope is you will make a lot more than $644 a year with your business. So that's the best way you can do things. Now let's talk about the scrappy way to do things. So if you want to skip over lead pages for now and use something else, I would recommend using Elementor. It's a free plugin for a WordPress website. So Elementor is free. I definitely do not recommend the paid version of Elementor, because if you're going to pay for it, just use lead pages instead. But you could use the free version of Elementor. You would need a WordPress website to do that. So there is a little bit of a cost included in setting that up. I don't recommend setting up a full WordPress website at this point. I think using lead pages instead is your better bet, but you could use Elementor for free. So that's a $0 cost. Instead of ThriveCart, you could start with a different checkout option. So you could use Shopify, which costs $39 a month. That will be more expensive in the long run, but less expensive starting out. So you could use Shopify for a few months until you make enough money selling your products to pay for ThriveCart, and then you can switch over, and that's perfectly fine. You could also, if you want a cheaper option than Shopify, you could use SendOwl, which will have the first 3 months are free, and then it costs $9 per month, plus 5% of your order. So they'll take a 5% cut of each of your orders, and then it also costs $9 a month to use SendOwl. Now, if you want to start really scrappy, you could start there. Keep in mind that these less expensive options will not convert as well as ThriveCart, but they are available to you. You can start there, and then once you make enough sales in your business, you can switch over and use ThriveCart instead. If you do not want to pay for the $15 a month ConvertKit creator plan, which is their cheapest plan that's paid, your next best bet is to use a free ConvertKit account. You can have a free account with them up to a certain number of subscribers. And again, as your list grows, as you gain those subscribers, your income should also be growing. So I wouldn't worry about how much it's going to cost you when you have a larger amount of subscribers, knowing that you will just continue to grow your income as your subscriber count grows. There are so many other free email service providers, but like I said, ConvertKit is the best. And if you don't want to start with their paid plan for now, your next best bet is their free plan. If you do not want to invest the $6 a month into Google Workspace, then your next best bet for the customer service inbox, for the reply address to your emails, would simply be a free Gmail account. So you can start with that and you can switch over to Google Workspace once you want to invest a little more in your business. And you might wait on this one until you actually start making enough sales to have people replying into your inbox until you actually have some customer service to deal with. You could wait on your Google Workspace until you're ready for that one. So if you do those things, you will still need to purchase a domain, which should cost you about $20 a year. There's no getting around that, but it's $20 a year. So I do think that you can handle that investment. And besides that $20 a year, if you went with all of the most affordable options that I just passed off to you, it would cost you $9 a month for SendOwl, which is our cheapest checkout option. Everything else, our landing pages, we can use free Elementor, and email service provider, we can use a free ConvertKit account, and customer service inbox, we can use a free Gmail account. So we would only have to pay for SendOwl as our checkout provider, and it would cost you $9 a month to run your business, plus 5% of every order that you will have to give to SendOwl. So $9 a month and $20 a year for your domain. That's what it would cost you to run your business. If you start Scrappy, you can absolutely afford that. Whatever your life circumstance is at this point, you can afford $9 a month to run an entire business that will be your job, that will be your income stream. This is how you can make money. I absolutely think that you can afford that. And it's okay. It's okay to start Scrappy. It's okay to start there if that's where you need to start, and then upgrade to the best options that I presented to you whenever you can get there. All right, that was a lot. This was a intense episode, a lot of information. If your head is spinning, remember that I have a resource for you. You can get a guide to all of these investments with all of these price breakdowns at teacherbiz.com/cost. That guide will guide you through the cost of starting your business. And I absolutely think anyone who is getting started with the Teacher Biz or thinking about it should grab that guide now, because you need to be armed with this information to make these decisions. All right. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I believe in the business that you're going to create. I believe that the cost is worth it if you are committed to making your business work. And if you're committed to doing the work to get it done, then nothing can stop you as long as you don't quit. You have a successful business ahead of you. And I definitely think that the investment is worth it. And I can tell you that it has been for me. So that is my encouragement for you today. I hope that this information was helpful to you. And I will see you next Tuesday with some more helpful tips coming your way on the Teacher Biz podcast.